to Fast Giants podcast, the podcast that talks about Doctor Who and Star Wars, hosted by Lee Craddock. Welcome and hope you enjoy listening to this episode. Hello friends, welcome to the final 2024 episode of Fast Giants, the podcast that covers Doctor Who, Star Wars and Agatha All Along. I am Lee, your host. Apologies for my vocals. I've been a bit under the weather, so that's why I'm like that. So, after a few changes in my schedule, I am going to talk about Agatha All Along, which I mentioned a few episodes ago. So, I want to share my love for the show and talk about the series. Some things won't be explained fully, as I have some future episodes planned for that, so stay tuned. Let's start talking about the Marvel hit. Agatha is a tour de force, as it's an LGBTQ plus teen show like Harkness. It's a dark comedy and it's adult themed. Set after WandaVision and Multiverse of Madness, Agatha goes on a journey with twists in Agatha fashion. Dark comedies aren't my cup of tea. This had all the ingredients that I love. Good representation, a classic Muppet move by Jac Schaffer, the return of Kathryn Hahn, the legendary Patty LuPone, cast surprises me, and more. I want to talk about the Harkness Coven. Legends in my eyes all represent different crafts from terror to protection, with the exception of poor Shamdales. Their individual skills help define each member's strength, and that's why I love that aspect, similar to what Wim, Neil, Fern, and KB will have in Skeleton Crew. So, Lily Caldrew is representing divination, Jennifer Cale is representing potions, Astral Glover is representing protection, Rio Vidal is representing death, Billy Maximoff is representing earth, and Agatha Harkness is representing spirit. I think it's the beautiful way she differentiates them all. Kathryn is what got me intrigued on the show after a performance in WandaVision. She was what got me hooked on the series. She is the female version of the 15th Doctor, super martial but much darker than my favourite hero. I loved learning about Agatha, and her arc was well written, and I loved seeing her cry. It made her more real, human and empathetic. She was dark at some points, especially at the trial where she's punished for sin as power because she faces her mum because it's her trial. Her mother never had a heart like what Agatha had. It's important to see the dark side and the humanity from how she was treated by mum and being possessed by mum. It just makes me root for her, and as usual, classic complaining about parental figures. I love at the end where she stops Billy from mashing her because she's scared of her son's reaction for using their song to kill witches. And you Joe up from Heartstopper, and he was good. He was definitely peaking in this show, and he was iconic level. I thought he had potential going forward. His tragic past came to life when he was meant to die in a car accident, so he's struggling with his life, and that is very important, and it's done well. I like the fact we see his relationship with Eddie. It was sweet. I loved his caring parents. Him coming to help Agatha against Rio in the Fireball is still a classic moment. Let's talk about Aubrey Plaza, aka Lady Death. Rio Vidal, as we all know her. As a Parks and Rec fan, I was excited for her, and she was good. The advantage of her and Kathryn knowing each other gave their chemistry a boost, and they had everything. Her reveal as Death was spot, but her reveal is the greatest of all time. All roads lead to me. It's a challenge scene, and Aubrey pulled it off, and she was really scary with the makeup, but less without it, as we see in Alison Nicholas' case. I like the fact that she has jealousy with Billy, because she has these rules just to follow, and it's very important to her character arc, because she's supposed to stop people cheating death. And I like the fact that she ends up having that rift with Agatha. So stay tuned for the suicide side of Agatha Rio. R.I.P. to the legend that is Sharon Davis. You deserve way better. Deborah Jo was fantastic and she was iconic. Sasha Sabara, Patty LuPone and Ali Ann rounded off the Coven. All have different strengths and specialities which allow them to shine and become lovable characters as icons. These three weren't on my radar at the start of the show, but thank you, Jac Schaffer, for what you did, because all three actors did a great job. I seem to relate to Lily Caldrew with the way she reacts, so she's a bit like Wim, KB and Neil currently in Skeleton Crew. She has these moments that are kind of similar to what I experienced, and I found her enjoyable as a character. I loved her trial as it's reminiscent to a season of episode in Doctor Who when he hits like he did with Henson. That episode is a personal favourite of mine. With this trial, Lily has to deal with all these visions of her coven and revisiting her master so she could accept that her time is run out, she helps the coven pass the character and ends up sacrificing herself when she attempts to solve the same seven, and she sends herself and the same seven into those knives to the ceiling in one of the most saddest and iconic moments. She is courageous, and the way she challenges the same seven by turning the Tower reverse card and sending them into those knives is one of those first moments, and it's a standout emotional moment for Lily. Also, her visions with her maestro are so important because she gives Lily confidence to go on, and it's such a strong moment on how she was made past. Jennifer is a talent and deserves a lot of love. Her confidence coming back as she goes in her journey is so important, and I love that. Her rivalry against Agatha is also very good. Her saving Billy after the second trial is a wonderful moment of growth, as it helps after having them pass that first trial. There's obviously some kind of racist rude in her bindsay, which makes her unbisexual as she cries, "You hold nothing! You hold nothing!" and leaves the road soon after, alive and well, when she gets what she wants. And I'm so happy that it's Jennifer that survives, as I just love her character growth. She gets to move on and do great things. Alice's story is tragic, from her ending her family's curse with a fantastic vocal performance from Alian to John protecting Agatha. Alice deserves a life, and it's understandable why she felt that after her death. I feel for her, and after the being curse, I understand she wants to do more. She never got, and that's sad because I like that reaction when she realises it. Unfortunately, it was Agatha she was saving at that time, and Agatha couldn't control her powers at that point. I think the same seven was scary, but I would love them more as a threat, as they were the weakest part of the series, as they did the job, but they could have been more of them. I like the fact that they were transformed into animals, including ones that I rarely read or see. It's a brilliant idea, but I think this is probably an issue maybe some other shows have as well. Some enemies will not get the chance to shine. I want to talk about Jac Schaffer. She wrote a great story, and it looks like she was really invested in these characters, and she brought some brilliant ideas onto the screen. I like the fact that she was invested in Agatha, and that makes me invested in Agatha. I want to talk about Agatha Rio. I was hyped for these girls. I would have wanted more Agatha and Rio's background. What they got was good. The LGBTQ research is one this year. Coming after the boys, 15 Jaren and Rosa, they just stood out as well as they did, and that's what representation should be about. The kiss was sad, there were tears, it's heartbreaking. I love the tears and clothes as it made their relationship realistic, and both me mums and Nicholas is cute. The tragedy of Nicholas's death, meaning to die at birth, is so sad, and the fact Agatha is given a few years with him, and she does what she can by crying for him and seeing which is power to satisfy death until her son stops her and then accepts his fate. The night when death takes him, it's a very sad and sweet moment because Nicholas accepts that it's time to go with his other mum, and it's sad because there were people. What is sad is that there will be people who have lost children so young in real life, and that is a reality here, and it's important to see the impact on screen. I like the trials were testing the witch's craft and how Jennifer and Leah had a struggle but ended up helping the coven. The only one that was very different was that Agatha's was meant to be a punishment to cause a minor rift in the group. Billy's also was different because it was freeing the survivors from the Raw. I like the fact that the series had a lot of brilliant episodes. There's 10 in Mind, which is one of my personal favourites, has made Entertainment Weekly's list of 20 best TV episodes of 2024 and 2 award nominations for Pilot Phone, so it's well deserved. Plus, Follow Me, My Friend, to Glory at the End, and If I Can Reach You, Let Some Teach You. All episodes that I feel are star quality. The composers and songwriters did a great job and made the music fit the scene with emotional and eerie tones. The major hit, The Ballad of the Witch's Road, which is a fantastic piece. I still listen to the song a lot, and it's a catchy tune. That's all I'll say for now. Stay tuned on the channel, as I actually have something out right now that you'll enjoy on The Ballad of the Witch's Road. So please click the link in the description below and have a listen to my thoughts on it. My final thoughts on the series. It was great. One of the best things I've seen. Representation was on point. The actors did really well and have a variety of nominations for the 2025 award season, and they've earned it, plus multiple nominations for multiple characters, including a Golden Globe nomination for Kathryn, which is well deserved. Miles Gibbs' Ray was written as Eddie. Loved the cameo from Evan Peters. Maestro is an icon and one of my favourite stars of the show. The Agatha real showdown was epic. Agatha revealing she was scared to cross over when Billy turned to Basher is a moving moment. I do feel there were some delete scenes that should have been kept in, as it would have elevated a bit more. What did you think about the series? Comment down below, and also at @FastWatch22 on social media. That's it for this episode. Thank you for listening, and I'll see you in 2025. Have a happy new year, listeners. Thank you for listening to Phasma & Jarrons. Please get in touch at Phasma22 on social media. If you love anything I do, please subscribe to the Phasma & Jarrons YouTube channel. I hope you enjoyed listening to this podcast, and I'll see you in the next episode. Bye-bye. Thank you for listening to the podcast. Subscribe to Phasma & Jarrons